50 historical photos you need to see. Today's video has it all, from baby gorillas to the tallest man in the world. Buckle up and let's get started. During a promotional party for Sophia Loren in 1957, Jayne Mansfield makes an appearance at Sophia Loren's table. What an appearance! Marilyn Monroe in Korea to entertain thousands of soldiers right after marrying Joe DiMaggio in San Francisco and jetting off to their honeymoon in Japan. 1954. A man standing on the first cables during the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge, with the Presidio and San Francisco in the background. 1935. Annie Edson Taylor was an American schoolteacher who became the first person to survive a trip over Niagara Falls in a barrel on her birthday, October 24, 1901. Anna Nicole Smith and oil tycoon J. Howard Marshall on their wedding day in 1991. Anna was a 24-year-old stripper when she met the 86-year-old billionaire. A young man buying cigarettes from his hospital bed, circa 1950s. A traffic cop with a manually operated traffic signal, Philadelphia, 1922. Frank Lentini, born with a parasitic twin, had 3 legs, 4 feet, 16 toes, and 2 functioning sets of genitals. John Lennon sniffing coke in the movie A Hard Day's Night, 1964. The historic US Route 50 is a major east-west highway known as the loneliest road in America. An unknown man with an alligator gar that he caught in Moon Lake, Mississippi back in 1910. Shaquille O'Neal, standing at 7'1", being dwarfed by Robert Wadlow, the world's tallest man, who is nearly 9 feet tall. A photo of the Starship Enterprise model and the men who built it in 1965. A woman stands near the 1906 ground rupture in Marin County. The rupture was the result of the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Six-year-old Robin Williams with his beautiful mother, Laurie, in 1957. Creepy close-up. Look at a mother wolf spider carrying her young. They can grow to 7 inches and live for up to 14 years. They carry their young on their backs for 9 weeks and their young nuzzle on tiny milk pipes on the mother's legs. Jimi Hendrix, age 19, during his time as a paratrooper in the US Army, 1961. John Martyrshark becoming Sloth in the movie The Goonies in 1985. A father and his little girl riding on their penny farthings in the 1930s. Before alarm clocks, people were employed to wake workers up with a long stick. A knocker-up was a profession in England and Ireland that lasted well into the late 1920s. Cute photo of a little girl hugging Leo of Renalton, the 6-time champion bloodhound, at the Crufts Dog Show in Birmingham, England in 1935. In 1977, the John Denver television special Thank God, I'm a Country Boy was aired on ABC. In May 1910, European royalty gathered in London for the funeral of King Edward VII. Among the mourners were 9 reigning kings, who were photographed together in what very well may be the only photograph of 9 reigning kings ever taken. Mark Twain posing for a photograph in 1909. Mono wheel from the 1930s. It was originally called the Dinosphere. Believe it or not, this crazy-looking vehicle was built based on a drawing made by Leonardo da Vinci. Spring equinox at the Chichen Itza Kukulkan Temple in Mexico. The sun's rays falling on the Mayan pyramid create a shadow in the shape of a serpent to eventually join a stone serpent head at the base of the great staircase up the pyramid side. The oldest Harley-Davidson in existence was built in 1903. This rare Harley is marked serial number 1 and can be seen along with other vintage motorcycles at the Harley-Davidson Museum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The original Moulin Rouge, built in 1889, the year before it burned down, Paris, France, 1914. A cold and snowy morning in London during the 1950s. Robert Wadlow, also known as the Giant of Illinois, was 8'11" and the tallest person ever in recorded history. Sadly, he passed away from an infection at the young age of 22. Dolly Parton with her husband Carl Dean, they've been together since her first day in Nashville. Robin Williams signing autographs and telling stories at a homeless shelter in Boston, 1988. He did this every time he was in the area. Yoda with his creator Ralph McQuarrie. An Ottoman supply lying in the desert, the same place where it was ambushed by Lawrence of Arabia on the Hijaz Railway during World War I. Jacqueline and John F. Kennedy, the perfect couple in a not-so-perfect marriage. Colorized photograph of the Grand Duchess Elizabeth Fyodorovna in 1887, nearly 20 years before her assassination. Painter Bob Ross nursing a baby raccoon. A couple of well-to-do undergraduates at Cambridge University, 1926. Women delivering ice in Lower, Manhattan, New York City, 1918. Some spooky skeletons riding horses for Halloween in the 1920s. An 18-year-old Bela Lugosi in 1901, 19 years before moving to America. Gas prices in 1939 were ridiculously cheap. Imagine being able to pop down to the gas station and toss some loose change on the counter so you can fill up your tank. Yukini, the baby gorilla, born in 1999, reacts to a cold stethoscope during a checkup at the Melbourne Zoo. One of the final photographs taken of comedy duo Laurel and Hardy, 1 year before Hardy's death in 1957. The 1930 Steamline KJ Henderson motorcycle was beautiful but impossible to ride. Playwright George Bernard Shaw, outside of his riding hut, which could be rotated to face the sun whenever he required. Cowboys having a cold one at a saloon in Tascosa, Texas. A Moroccan Jewish woman dressed in traditional clothing, 1900. Conrad Veidt as Gwynplaine, the inspiration for the Joker in The Man Who Laughs. Goldie Jamison Conklin, a member of the Seneca Native American tribe and model for the Cattaraugus Cutlery Company. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a comment and let us know which photo was your favorite. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.